What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special, and I am here with the Economic Ninja and Chris Taylor from Financial
What's up,
Fitness.
guys?
Hey guys.
And we're going to talk a little bit about property taxes right now, in particular my property tax situation, and this is about getting you guys to think, because with the state of inflation, there's a lot of property tax hikes that are coming in the near future as municipalities have to eat the expense of inflation, so they're going to raise it. They're going to raise that money from you in your property taxes. So I pay almost $1,000 a month in property taxes on my house right now. I'm in a really high, really good school district, really high tax area, and it's actually lower than they were in New Jersey. But suffice it to say, I got a big tax bill. Now, Pennsylvania has something called Act 319 that allows you to have your land taxed at its use value if you're engaged in agriculture.
Oh.
All right, now, my property is too small to qualify for that, but there's a little rider in that bill that says if you get at least $2,000 a year in income from your agriculture, a smaller piece of property can qualify for this tax benefit.
Yep.
So my goal is for 3 straight years, I need to get $2,000 in income from my little tiny plot of land that I'm engaging in agriculture. Now, I just started the chicken coop project. Should be getting some eggs pretty soon, but I'm gonna have a hard time getting to $2,000 a year just with 14 chickens.
Yeah.
Now, again, the goal here is not to make money from the farm. The goal is about getting that tax bill down in order to save on that $1,000 a month tax write-off. So that's my question.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
huge. That's huge. Good morning. So that's huge. So I pay very little sales property tax. We charge we pay around 1%, a little over 1% in California. That's why real estate is so expensive in California. Very few people understand it. It's climate, it's all that kind of stuff, but it's also because we pay very little in tax. Whereas you pay a lot more. New York can pay as high as 5-6% in some counties. That's really big. What I tell people when I did my agriculture business, I set mine up as a palm tree farm. And what was really nice is it's one thing to be able to save on your property taxes because you're able to set up a home-based business where it's ag-based, so you can save on those taxes. But there's also way more tax benefits for when you want to use your everyday things like, hey, I've got a truck. Well, if I had a business and it was agriculture, that truck can become a write-off. I use gas, I have to go places. Now the fuel can be a write-off. Your cell phone becomes a write-off. So many things of your everyday life can become a write-off if you start any business. But agriculture is really important because ag comes with specific tax credits as well. So it's one thing, in my opinion, to be able to do what you're doing, which is awesome, be able to draw down that tax, that type of tax, property tax, but also think about all the other types of not only tax deductions you can get, but tax credits as well.
So, Chris, you do a really good job on your property. I've seen a lot of your videos. You raise all kinds of stuff on your land. I mean, whether it's for personal use or not, you have production on your property.
Sure.
How does a guy like me get to $2,000? And really, I'm only talking here like half an acre to an acre of land that can actually be used.
You've already got chickens.
I've already got the chickens.
Okay. If you go to scale that, you're going to have to do a much bigger chicken coop. So that's going to be, it's hard. That's one of the hardest things to do is cash flow property. It's really hard to do, but you could do like maybe 3 different things, like grow microgreens in your basement or whatever. You could sell chicken fertilizer. You know, that could be a just to add up to 2,000, and you could sell it for a premium as well.
Real quick, can I say that? Because that's a great idea, and most people, your first thought might be, well, that's not that much, because, I mean, how much chicken poop can I make, right? But you have to remember, when you're coming to tax write-offs or tax credits, it's not about how much you can produce, it's are you doing it or not? That's what the IRS looks at. And again, this is not tax advice. Go consult a tax professional, obviously. But if you are starting a business, you don't have to immediately go, I got to make X amount per month. It's just that I literally bought the chickens. I literally have the coop. I have the land. You're immediately getting tax write-offs and or tax credits. So, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
Well, no.
I don't want people to think that what you're talking about is like small.
So you're talking the expenses of the agriculture business. But the other goal, the reason why I'm saying I got to hit this 2,000 number is because that's where the property tax benefit kicks in. And for me in my high tax area, that's a big one.
And again, like I said, don't always, because as business, when we start businesses, we get focused on one thing. I want you to think of a myriad of things. It's one thing to say, I want to control this type of tax, but also let's say you can't do it immediately. You can attack that tax by paying less tax in other aspects of your life. through business.
Yeah, sure. And if you're trying to get to the 2,000 mark with chickens, because you've already got that,
Yeah.
you can feed them organically. Organic chicken eggs are quadruple.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come
they're
on
like
through,
20
come on
bucks.
through. No big
Thank you,
deal.
sir. Appreciate
We're
it.
totally lax.
Awesome
Good
guy
morning.
here. He was waiting for us. Thank you.
They're way more than regular chicken eggs, and people will pay it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that organic rider. When you can attach that to your eggs, you're right. You're talking a much higher income business. So, you know, that's feeding them the feed that is non-medicated. That's
And your
free
greens
range
that
them.
you've got growing, that
Yep.
you're selling your microgreens, that you're growing out of the fertilizer, and you can feed them any scraps. Chickens eat everything, guys. Everything besides avocado peels, turns out. And if you feed them too much fruit, they won't lay very well. But there's one other thing, and you said it: a tree farm.
Huge.
See, I was
Because
able
of
to write
visual.
off the taxes on my tractor because I grow pine trees.
Oh, see, that's awesome.
It was $5,000.
Yeah, and think about it. You could put a bunch of trees in the ground or in pots in a very small area. The potted tree farm is a really good way to go, because also it is a visual that I have a business. If you ever go through an audit, you have visuals. You're like, it's one thing to take photos of your chickens or anything like that. It's another thing to have photos of trees lined up producing either fruit, and you're selling the trees. I think that is just an epic way to go. Whereas that's what I want to do. And so many people would say, well, Ninja, why would you give away your best stuff? And I go, because honestly, you could tell these awesome ideas to everyone. Only few people ever do it.
So guys, the whole point of this exercise isn't so you can specifically have a chicken farm in your backyard, right? Not financial advice. This is about getting the gears turning upstairs to get you thinking of all these side benefits of a side hustle, of owning a business. It's not just about what the business takes in. There is so much savings elsewhere in your life, and it's really why having that side hustle and making the step from a hobby to an actual business, even if it doesn't make that much money on paper, can have huge financial benefits for you in your life.
Hey, one more thing I want to add for your idea. Another thing that brings a lot of validity to a side business when you're talking agriculture and you want to bring down those property taxes is a fruit stand, or and every county is different, but all of them have regulations on fruit stands or food ag stands where you could sell your eggs to people, and it's actually in most counties it's a totally separate set of laws or regulations than if you were to open up a store selling the exact same things. They're much more lenient. So check out with your local county or jurisdiction, to set up a roadside stand on your property. If you have that ability, not only now are you making money, you have tax write-offs, but you're now becoming a great source of food that people need in the local area, and people love buying from their neighbors, honestly.
In time of crisis. And there is one more thing.
Come on through, girls.
Mushrooms.
Thank
Come
you.
on through.
Appreciate you waiting.
Jump on in, it's no big deal.
People in San Antonio are so awesome. Everybody waits. They don't want to walk in front of the camera. Thank
Don't
you
feel
so
awkward.
much. I love this town.
Mushrooms. You can grow mushrooms in your basement, and they bring. I know one of my cousins retired doing it. He is doing that for a living.
Yeah.
So we're talking the specialty lion's mane and all those, really sought after mushrooms. And I don't know how good those are going to do in the collapse. I mean, but if you just need to get to that 2,000 mark, you've got about 4 ways you could do it pretty quick.
I'm a fun guy. Can I make some?
We'll be here all week, folks.
Try the veal. All right.
All right, guys. You guys want to do your send-offs? Till next time, live small and dream big.
Economic Ninja is out.
Have an awesome day. Later.
I like that. I like that send off. That's